My name is Corrine Freund, and I have a child in the West Bend School District. A rainbow of colors and soft-spoken words tucked into a beautiful chart. Who would disagree with this presentation? That is exactly what Jen Wimmer sent out to every parent in the WBSD explaining SEL. It looks beautiful, the chart, and filled with valuable lessons on its cover. A great political play. This misguiding chart does not represent the actual lessons being taught. For example, one lesson in SEL 8th grade states, social factors, power and privilege. Some experience privilege based on their race, gender, class, popularity, or physical power in a situation. People don't often stand up to those with more power. Social factors that contribute to bullying and harassment. Do you recall those? The answer is power and privilege, stereotype and assumption. Two strategies we'll look at today are speaking up and starting a movement. Using these strategies can help you disrupt the social and environmental factors. Today we are going to create a plan for disrupting factors. Step 1, stand up for change. Step 2, identify factors that need disrupting. Step 3, identify specific disruption strategies. 4, explain details of disruption strategy. 5, identify others to put plan in place. These are the same steps that BML and Antifa use. You are educating our children in activism with the cover of anti-bullying. This is only one lesson in an entire year's worth of SEL. I've reviewed them and emailed my concerns to all of you, but have any of you taken the time to review the lessons yourself? Through discussions with Wisconsin state representatives, I have found that 28 states have introduced legislation banning SEL programs and programs like this. 12 states have already passed legislation into law by governor's signature or Board of Education. 11 states, including Wisconsin, have 21 bills pending legislation in progress. 3 bills in Wisconsin, all supported by the Washington County Board of Representatives. Our federal government has 9 bills pending regarding SEL removal. If SEL is so wonderful, like your little charts you presented to the school district, then why is all this legislation in play? WBSD is ranked 175 out of 370 school districts in Wisconsin, lowest in Washington County. We boast a 48% proficiency in reading and 45% in mathematics. I have a strong opinion as a parent that our educators should be focusing on how to fix these statistics instead of how to bring equity and social emotional learning. Emergency action to remove it now. You are causing harm to our children. It is not safe in our schools. My son got beat up last week in your school district, and I am tired of it.
Thank you for letting me speak this evening. I am Rick Gendrum. I come before you today as your state representative because I am deeply concerned with the way our children are being indoctrinated with critical race theory, SEL, or any form thereof in our schools. Marxist indoctrination has been around for 40 years, beginning in universities and the workplace. Now it has found its way into our local K-12 schools. An issue took place on Friday inside this school that was reported as a protest. It doesn't matter what they were protesting. What matters is that students feel they can protest in the halls of the school during class time. Parents have found being disruptive or an activist is part of what is being taught in SEL. I'm not surprised it's being accepted by school boards in larger cities and more liberal parts of the state, but I can't believe that it would be accepted right here in the West Bend community. This is troubling because parents don't want it being taught in their schools. I know this may be new to you, but as a member of the school board, you need to take these concerns seriously. SRT, Second Step, SEL, and CASEL need to be removed from the curriculum. Teachers should be held responsible if they decide on their own to weave these ideologies into their academic teaching plan. And that includes study hall. As a school board, you have the authority to prevent these teachings and ideologies from being woven into the curricular fabric of the education for our students. Don't forget, not too long ago, public school boards took all religious references out of their schools for fear they might get used or might get sued by parents who don't want their children indoctrinated with religious beliefs that differ from their own. Now, many of those same school boards are fine with allowing racial disparity, inclusion, equity, and diversion training, which are components of Marxism. And they are allowing it to go on in the classroom. I'm here to tell you that the legislature is taking action because parents are being ignored. Ignored by school boards across the entire state and in many states across the country. The legislation that is making its way through both houses in Madison right now gives parents, students, and employees a pathway to make their voices heard. It gives them transparency. At the time that I was working on this legislation, I never thought it would be necessary to have that in effect for West Bend. Let's concentrate on academics, not Marxist socialistic ideologies. Those discussions can take place outside the school, away from the campus. The most important reason CRT, Second Step, SEL, and CASEL need to be removed from the school is because parents don't want it. Thank you.